We are in the Valley of the Sun. Few places in the country as picturesque as the desert Southwest. And we've got a good one on tap here at State Farm Stadium in Glendale. Tonight we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Faking the give, Darnold. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
We'll have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in the zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Darnold. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Darnold. That ball caught by his rookie wideout. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Seattle.
Well, you want to make sure that on an opening drive that you at least stay out there for a while and get into the flow of the game. A 3-and-out would have been problematic, but that's a good throw there to ensure they get another set of downs.
And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. Room here to run. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big run there. 29 yards and a first.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10, down at the 31. Walker with another carry. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 46 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
This to the sideline and over everybody. Incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
And this will be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Here's Darnold. And a loose football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it.
Recovered by the Cardinals.
They'll start on the ground with Benson. And he spins past him and into space. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 31 yards there and a first down.
I suspect this is one of those calls the defensive coordinator would love to have back.
Absolutely.
Feels like he took a bit of a gamble here. And I remember when I was playing, when we had a team really backed up, there was a talk about, let's go ahead and get upfield and get a safety. And sometimes that works against you because they really hit them big, didn't they?
They were hoping for a couple yards of breathing room, but they got a lot more than that. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Murray. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Oh, the Seahawks come after it, and they block it. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Seahawks put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd down and 3. Another run here with Benson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
Murray now to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Harrison.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Here's Murray from midfield. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
That's good.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
On first down, it's Benson. And down to the 41.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 7. Murray now. There's a short one caught by Ryman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Throwing now is Murray. Forced out to his left. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. They'll run for the first time with Amari DiMercado. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So after the field goal, Lyland back out as he'll send this one away. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
Brought down by Jalen Thompson.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. Partner, we've got ourselves a ball game, and those guys on defense, they came to play. Slipped up on their first series, but they're definitely settling in now and letting it be known that points won't come so easy again.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Greg George, deep for Arizona. Returnable here from the 38. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
Kyler going to give this to Benson. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They'll try to run for it with Benson. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 56 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
On play action, it's Murray. Able to get this one to McBride. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. A gain of 10, first down, Arizona.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll run here with Benson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brings up 2nd and 12.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back in Arizona, second quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 12. Now Murray. Open man here is Benson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Murray keeps it himself. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Shotgun snap and a give to Benson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
He's brought down at the 15.
Devin Witherspoon takes him down defensively.
Brings up 2nd
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
There's Murray. He's got McBride here over the middle. So the completion good for 7 there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. And out now come the Seahawks. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
But that kind of run on first down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
2nd and 6. Back to throw, Darnold. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. On the return, Dortch. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
To throw, it's Murray. His throw incomplete.
Intended for Michael Wilson. Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Murray. Steps away to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
And showcasing those strong legs on that run, getting through 1 tackle. Now she winds up getting 8 there.
Good yardage there on 1st down, exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And some space here. He may go. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker, 66 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Murray going to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance, they've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
To throw is Darnold. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This ball nearly intercepted. A once-in-a-season chance for the big fella, but he couldn't corral it. 4th down, straight ahead.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the 1st half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And here comes Dortch on the return. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cardinal offense takes back over. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Zone read, here's Benson. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 8. That's caught. It's the tight end Lyman. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official. Looking to throw. Murray. Dancing to his left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
This 2nd and 4. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
The Cardinals on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw, Murray. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
That's good for a Cardinal.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So on 4th down, out comes Chad Ryland for the Arizona field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Darnold now to throw. And Walker with it over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Sticking with Walker on second down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
And it's 3rd down.
Third down at 6. A shotgun snap for Darnold. And that is incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He'll get that complete to Harrison. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1.
For a Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Running out of the gun here with Benson. Broken tackle. 70 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 3. Shotgun now from Murray. A quick throw there is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Murray with a nice move. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. Flushed out right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
at the 46-yard line.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Throwing again on second down. Murray. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. A final shot before half from Murray. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the third quarter. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Cardinals ready to go here to start the third quarter. Well, out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went in at the half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
A gain of 5.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call, because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
And they run the option on second down. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and, of course, a special player.
Now a toss left side for Benson. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 31 yards there on a first down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
On first down, right back to Benson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's Reek Woolen with a great play to get him for a loss.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes a defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
From the gun on third down, Murray. And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Benson will take this one in. It's a Cardinal touchdown.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, And we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The Cardinals will line up for the two-point conversion.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Chad Ryland to
So a
kick
tie
off
ball
for
game here
Arizona.
as the kick's away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective, because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
Here's Walker to start the drive. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now Darnold. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
3rd down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. That's pulled in at the 32. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing and run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw is Murray. He's going to look deep down the field. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A huge play there for Arizona. 52 yards.
And what a call, because they ran a triple out route. 3 guys running out routes at varying depths. And then they let an inside receiver try and sneak free and run deeper downfield, and he does. And the defense out of sorts here, and it turns into a big play.
They'll run with Benson. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Trey Benson with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Cardinals have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Chad Ryland now to add the PAT. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14.
Makes the score Cardinals 21, Seahawks 14.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. A little juke. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
From the gun on 3rd down, here's Donald. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it. You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled? Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right? You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case, yeah, not the case. Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of... Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
The Seahawks. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now a 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say? Play action. Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it? No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
55-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Murray from midfield. Pass complete there to Harrison. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
A give up the middle with Benson. And a solid run down inside the 30. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
After another impressive run, the question has to be asked, how do you slow these guys down running the football? I think they're going to try and get more people to the point of attack, try and get more people to the line of scrimmage, almost use a variety of run blitzes in order to try and get it done.
They'll go again with Benson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They run over center with Benson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Now Murray. Oh, wide open receiver. It's Harrison. They have certainly looked his way in this 3rd quarter. Another catch, and it's good for a first down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here, and just load up for it and see what happens.
And Jones has it over the middle. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Zay Jones, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now Ryland for the PAT. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14.
Seahawks 14.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
At the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Seahawks with possession of the football, but they do trail here to begin quarter number 4. And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game, and that continued with that first down run.
Straight ahead, Walker. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Darnold. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Baron Browning able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Oh, look at the juke. And able to get this out to the 25. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
Murray going to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and cause a nice play for lost yardage.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So a change of possession here on the punt. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
Looking to put a drive together. Faking the give. Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. They'll give him 4 yards there. And it's second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6.
Here's Darnold.
Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
There's a short one caught by Arroyo.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Second and a couple.
Now off the bootleg, Darnold. And Walker has it. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
To the air again, Darnold.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
For as many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try to run this one in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on first down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Second and goal from the 1. Walker. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's third and goal at the 1.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, not going to get much better.
And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And, partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The football going back over to Arizona now. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Benson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
That goes for 14 yards, 1st down Cardinals.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now Murray off play action. He finds his man complete. That's Harrison. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. On 1st down, it's Benson. He takes this for about 6, down inside the 40. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Another run here with Benson.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Kyler going to give this to Benson.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think as a running back in this spot, you have to understand there's not going to be a whole lot of room to run. And in this case, ball protection takes precedent over trying to make something happen.
Play clock down to 0, and that's going to be a delay.
That flag, that'll push him back 5.
Murray now to throw.
That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw, it's Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And, who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
A 44-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And that'll push the lead up to 8. And from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
So after the field goal, Riley back out as he'll send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So now Darnold and the Seahawks
down by 8, 2:11 to go. They'll have 2 timeouts and, of course, also the 2-minute warning as they go to work on first down. Here's Darnold. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
To throw is Darnold. He'll get this one to Cup, complete.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Well, this crowd doing their best to make a lot of racket. It's 3rd and 5. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Will the defense pressure or sit back? Here's 4th and 5.
Fourth down, and for Darnold, it's desperation time. That's taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Obviously a big first down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. And he's got Smith and Jigba.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Seahawks.
This is 1st and 10. Darnold to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
He finds Smith and Jigba.
An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
And it's 3rd down.
Well, the noise got to be an issue now offensively. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Darnold.
This one goes underneath to Walker. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. First things first here, they got to pick up the first down.
And remember, it is fourth down, so they've got to pick up a completion here. Otherwise, this one's over.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's fourth down. Here's Darnold. Smith and Jigba with the ground. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
First down, Seattle.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Darnold. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Down to their last chance now. This is going to have to be a heave for the end zone and just hope for a miracle.
And I don't sit back with everyone back defending. I've got to have somebody rushing the quarterback. Don't make it easy for him to set up and throw the ball all the way downfield.
One last throw now for Darnold. This to possibly force OT. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. It all came down to one final jump ball on the Hail Mary, but part of the defense was ready, able to force it to be incomplete. Ball game over.
Look, let's face it, everybody wants to work the ball in closer and take a more high-percentage pass to try and tie the game. But the Hail Mary, that's what they had to work with. And now they're just hoping that their jumpers can get up higher and are stronger than the defenders. Not the case in this instance. They end up losing the game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan. And this has been a presentation of the NFL.